Hi, what's up, guys? This video is just about all the missed opportunities we've had as Eagle fans, had us suffer through heartbreaks and all this. Okay, since Andy Reid began his first 5 years, he did really good. At 4 championships back to back. And okay, first of all, I don't know anything about the Rams game, the championship back then. I don't know. I never seen it. But we had so many missed opportunities. Excuse me. Over the past decade about why we should have at least 2 Super Bowl rings, I think. Let's start with reason one. Against the championship game against the Buccaneers in 2002, I think it was. We should have won that game. McNabb, as much as I love McNabb, he cost us that game with a pick six. And, the Panthers game the next year, the next championship game, really the offensive line and Coy Detmer, the backup, cost us. We should have made the Super Bowl 2 years in a row. But, we only allowed 14 points in that game. All we got was 3 points. The Super Bowl the next year, McNabb, as many of you know, that long drive they had took them 5 minutes, wasted all that time. Finally got a touchdown, but McNabb just wasn't feeling good, and it cost us the Super Bowl ring. And 2008, okay, this is one that really gets me mad. In 2008, that season, the Eagles, I'll tell you what they did. I know they had an up and down season that year, but they went into Pittsburgh and they beat the soon-to-be Super Bowl champions 15-6. They went into Pittsburgh and did that. They didn't let the Pittsburgh Steelers score even a touchdown. They went 15-6. Later on that season, they beat the Cardinals in Philly 48-20. Okay, and they did that in Philly. They were up 24-7 at halftime, and what did they do with the next half? They just came out and beat them more. 7 weeks later is the championship game. The Eagles had to go into Arizona, even though they've already beaten them and their record was better. They had to go into Arizona and face the Cardinals. They were down 24-6 at halftime, and they didn't get beat even worse in the next half. They came out and even took the lead, and they did that in Arizona. They were up 25-24. Man, they should have won that game. Now, who do you think is better that year, really? I think the Eagles had a better chance of beating the Steelers than the Cardinals did. We should have been Super Bowl champions that year. Okay, because we smoked the Cardinals in our home just weeks before. And the Cardinals, they just barely beat us. They got lucky in the championship game. They could not have done it a second time. That's 3 Super Bowl rings we should have won. 4 maybe, but, 2009 season, we won like 11-5. The Cowboys, they just had our number that year. We lost them 3 straight times and everything. I think we were better than most teams that year, but, that was just, a year that wasn't our year. 2010, I thought we were going to win it all. But, we didn't even win a playoff game. And as much as I like Michael Vick, he threw a pick as many times, as great as he did that year. He caused us in that playoff game. So in 2011 and 2012, there were just so many missed opportunities. That's why we didn't make it to the playoffs those years. Those what we could have done if we did. So if you think it's Andy Reid's fault, that we don't have Super Bowl ring, you're wrong. So we should have at least 1, maybe 2 or 3. But Andy Reid, sometimes when he calls plays, they could be not the right ones to call, obviously. But when it comes down to it, when we're in the championship or Super Bowl, it's one of our players that costs us. So that's about it.